And we're starting the podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome, one and all, to the Gamers at Large podcast. We're in episode 19. That's right, 19. Good grief. And yeah, and we're going to be discussing this week's news that's been going on over here in video gaming, be it whatever platform. And let's see who's got the first topic. Let's go with Letters, aka Andre. Do your thing, man.
Well, thanks for giving me the quick intro. This might be a little bit hefty because it was something that just came to me like maybe an hour ago, but I thought it was interesting. But I know this would be a subject that interests Quan a lot. What obscure anime or manga do you think would make an awesome video game?
Oh.
Can I take a guess? Can I take a guess?
Oh Lord.
A guess?
Can I take a guess?
Go ahead.
I'm guessing what it might be for Quan.
Oh Lord. No, it's not.
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate's already a game.
Dang. Yamada.
Steins Gate's already a game.
We got an HK.
No.
Okay, well I give up.
I would like to see Planet imported though. I would like to see Planet make it imported. Planet was good.
Yeah, Klein would be hot.
I'll go. I'm gonna go.
Alrighty then. So, anybody else got any good ideas? What obscure anime would you like to see be made into a video game, regardless of platform?
Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, wow.
Well, there was a Rurouni Kitchen made in Japan. It just never came over here. It was on
That's what I'm
PS2.
saying.
Yeah, it was on PS2.
I have one that might be
And
interesting.
then they have the GS Victory game that is going to be released on Japan with Kenshin as a playable character.
Yep, I've seen the previews.
Okay. And
Um,
so. Silence is deafening.
And
I was just gonna
I
say,
would like,
I'm gonna throw in
I
my
would like
anime
to
too,
see
Rastafari.
a Log Horizon game, at least.
Oh, Log Horizon game? Well, I can see that.
Yeah, great RPG style.
Yeah.
I could definitely see Log Horizon.
I mean, they already did a Sword Art Online game. Why not Log Horizon?
True enough. And what do you think, Rashidi? What would be a good one?
This will throw people off a little bit. Rastafari. Because everybody says Evangelion, and I figure Rastafari would be different.
Oh, Rasefun?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
Well,
But
All right. Hey, Nintendo, do you know any good anime that you think would make a good video game? It doesn't matter what kind of video game. It could be action, fighter, RPG, you name it. Just what anime you think would make a good video game that people don't think of it being out yet?
Well, honestly, other than on a Sega, Yu Yu Hakusho never really got a dedicated 3D game that I know of.
it had those fighter type games, but yeah, it didn't really have a 3D game.
Yeah, right. So you know what? I think that'd make even a good RPG. It could be
Yeah, that is true.
Actually, yeah, it would make sense.
because they got 4 different characters. They got four main characters. They fight bosses. They go across land. They could make a good game out of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, your 4 main
Yeah.
characters, and then your eventual swap offs for
Exactly.
support.
Yep.
So, anybody else got any good ones that'll make good RPG, adventure, or whatever?
I got one, but it's not really obscure at all. It's actually a Cowboy Bebop. Like no, there have been
That would make.
But
There's so
that-
many
but
different types of games that can make
that
all
will be
Cowboy Bebop.
amazing.
there have been 2 games already, but they were kind of crap and they were released only in Japan. So if they made a real one like made here, and it could be a JRPG or a Western RPG, and have it with the same art style of like Red Steel 2.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. I agree wholly.
Dude, wait a minute. Since you bring up Red Steel 2, I was thinking about the mechanics and everything. Why not something like Samurai Champloo?
Awesome.
That'd be
Awesome.
definitely.
Or
That's one of the best
Clan
intros
Afro
ever.
Samurai.
Okay.
I was gonna-
That's
I didn't
one of
even
the
say
best
mine.
intros. I'm sorry.
I completely neglected to say mine, but I was thinking Samurai 7.
Oh.
That would be. That was one of my favorite animes.
I hated how some of those characters died, but that was an awesome anime.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You get cool points for that, by the way. Outlaw Star.
Outlaw Star. Oh, okay.
You know what? I was thinking that would make a really good shooter.
Gene Star win, baby.
Do it a third person, and then you have like
Yeah.
the space battles mixed in.
Pretty much.
Have any of you guys ever seen High School of the Dead before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be a good.
When,
That
but
would
my
be
only
awesome.
problem with that it was
The
only be
physics. That's gonna be hard to-
zombie, another zombie game.
No, but the thing
Well-
is, the physics would be hard to pull off on that unless you got the dead or alive guys in charge.
I mean, technically, I guess.
Buoyancy.
Yeah.
It could,
They could lose what Senran Kagura.
they could
physics
be making a
engine.
beat 'em up.
Mm,
A zombie beat 'em up.
I could see that. I
Well,
could see that.
I mean, like Onichimbara or something?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
that would be good.
Okay, then. So, who hasn't got their chance to name an anime yet that they think would make a good one, or even a manga for that matter, that would make a good one? If not, we could go on to the next topic at hand, and that would be we could go for Kazers. So, yeah.
Alright.
Okay, Kazers. So, what's your topic, man?
My topic was after watching some gameplays of Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii U and Zelda Wind Waker HD, I was thinking, what other RPGs would you guys like to see using the gamepad capabilities to play on an RPG? The game I'm going to discuss is Path of Exile, for example. It could be used to really manage well your inventory and also the map on the game, and also manage your skill gems and your gear in a really more practical way than you could play with the normal controller, of course.
Anything that's RPG-ish that has to deal with a lot of menus you would benefit from it, for that matter. Like you could
Yeah.
see, I could see
Yeah.
Tales of Symphonia adapted to it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Anything with Tales of in the title.
But I expected you to say another game, and you know what game.
Actually, there was one series I think would probably benefit from if they brought it back would be the Grandia series.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but hopefully not 3.
No,
Um,
no. Skip over 3.
That didn't
just imagine
exist.
it never happened.
Yeah, that never happened.
What? But it was extreme.
Oh Lord.
But it was
Well,
yeah,
Dino
yeah.
Crisis 3 was extreme too, and we know what happened with that.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But I would like to hear again your ideas for Fallout, one with the controller.
You know, the thing is, for that matter, as far as that's concerned, how do you think that they would implement the use on the PS4, that little touchpad thingy for games,
Oh.
as far as RPGs? So are they going to use it basically as something just to move the cursor around, you know?
That was always wondering why they haven't utilized it in a game yet. It's like, you have it there. Come on. Do
This is
something
gonna
with
be
it.
useless.
RTSs would be good for that, though.
Yeah.
I can see RTSs for that.
Quick selecting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Selecting the different troops on the map and everything.
hmm
Amongst other things.
Now,
Although in the N64 they managed to do well with the stick on Ogre Battle 64, it will be beneficial to use a touch interface for this.
I love the 64, but I try not to remember StarCraft 64.
All right, that was hardcore if you completed it.
Dude, that was brutal. That and Brood Wars.
Brutality.
Oh Lord. But you know, like I said, it's gonna take time before you see the full advantage of these new peripherals that you see out now in this console generation,
Yeah.
taking
And
full
you
advantage.
know, I think Nintendo's
I'm in
giving us a little
podcast
stopgap
right now,
with
bro.
the DS games.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
You know,
definitely see that.
Like my pick would be Advance
Sorry,
Wars. You
welcome
know,
back.
I want Advance Wars series brought to the Wii U.
For real?
I would really like that or an Ogre Battle.
Yeah, they closed. I didn't know. Yeah, they think they closed early now. Shit, yeah, I'm here, nigga.
Nintendo, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Gotta hit that little mic button.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Just just a little reminder.
I'll make sure to mute it the next time. I'm sorry, fellas.
Okay. All right, but getting back to this whole entire thing, like I said, once everything kicks into full gear this console generation, I could see them using all the special controls and really banging them out really well, in time. The only thing that I really gonna have a hard time picturing something used is Connect.
Answer the door for Dave.
Connect, I'm gonna have a hard time trying to imagine anything like boxing. I could see certain types of fighters I could see, but RTSs, I don't know. The thing.
Microsoft's still trying to figure that out too.
They'll probably try to
Probably
use like
only,
voice control.
probably only voice commands, but
I have-
it's hardly to see any more than that.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. With Connect 3.0, they might as well include some plastic arms. I'm gonna need them.
I
No.
still laugh at the joke where they say that if you develop a third arm, you can cast a nuclear attack on that Rising Tree with the tablet.
Oh wow. But like I said though, it's gonna take time. But aside from play controls, what's one thing that you want to see before the generation closes from each of the big three, or your favorite of the big three?
I really want to see a game that, as you say, Quan, takes advantage of the new peripherals. Like, for example, a Skyward Sword did on the Wii. It really took advantage of all the Wiimote. The best game with that used the Wiimote, in my opinion.
Yeah, because if you didn't play that game right, you would get owned by Deku Baba.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
holy.
All right. So let's see here. Up next, we got Zen. Zen, what's your topic, man?
Alright, so it's gonna be a simple one. What do you guys think of the Amazon rumors about their so-called console? And while you're at it, let me know what you think of them acquiring Double Helix.
As long as they don't buy out Ouya, I'm good. As long as that's not their console, I'm good. Come
As
up with
long as it
something
don't
good.
affect my killer instinct, I'm
That
good.
was a bit cruel. Quan.
Well, as long as I still get shipping free with Amazon Prime, I'm fine with it. As long as I get
Agreed.
shipping free, yeah. I mean,
Yep. Don't mess with what I got, man.
yeah.
I wonder
You
if they're...
see, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah. Well, you see, what I'm thinking is, if they go into the traditional market, if it's not this Ouya competitor, not Android, I believe some guy from Amazon actually said it wasn't going to be. But if they go into the traditional console games market, they can be a force to be reckoned with. They can be dangerous because they are a distributor for everyone else's products as well as they would have their own. When you go to Amazon.com, what's the first thing you see? Kindle, HDX, blah, 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 blah. It's the first thing you see. So even before you get to what you're there to buy, you see their product first. So they have total mastery as well of digital distribution and all of that. So they would be a force to be reckoned with if they go in as hard as they think they will be.
I didn't even think of that. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
You know
They
what,
have a
Zen?
lot of
You're right.
exposition.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. What's a scary thought is this: what if they sit up here and make a dedicated gaming tablet based on the Kindle line?
They would run it.
Mm.
They could literally run it.
Because they have the cheaper tablet with
Yeah,
more
they do.
capabilities.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
look at the Chinese market with all of the Android game tablets that are out there. They would, if Amazon did this, they could literally run the market.
That's right.
They'd wipe out all their competition.
That'd be scary.
And it'd be
It's
fun.
scary but true.
But you know
And
what? You
knowing
might get
that
some good
Amazon
games
has
out
a
of it.
lot exposition.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty shocking to me that this week this news came out and it just flew under the radar. Nobody paid any attention to it. I'm like, yo, do you realize how dangerous they'd be if they did all of this?
Well, they'd be like that unexpected haymaker that just hit you in the side of the face.
Well, after you say the exposition part that Amazon has, it's really true that they could really take a lot of public with only the site to promote their product. But after that, after they buy the console, then it will come the real test if the console will endure or not.
That's true because I mean to enter a console into a market, late in the game to compete under or against already established brands that we already know, it's going to be kind of rough for them because look at the rough start Ouya had. I'm not saying that Ouya, like I said, is any great thing, mind you, but you would figure that a lot of the casuals would have probably ended up going for it, but they're not even buying into it.
Yeah, thinking of that distribution thing made me remember a thought I used to have about what Nintendo should have done. I thought they should have had. I thought they should have opened up like Nintendo stores in all the major cities. I think that's one thing they should. Because as the, we all Nintendo fans, we go into like we go into GameStop or we go into Walmart. We always see the Nintendo section is always the poorest section. It's the smallest section. It's in the back usually. And I thought, that's one thing that Nintendo could do to quell that is to have their own store like Apple does, That way, they got full reign,
Like I said, I could see them doing that, especially if they even, bother to do reprints of classic, games.
Yeah, I was gonna say they can reprint old games. They can sell their old systems. They can sell, merchandise and plushies and figures and all that stuff. Stuff they do at the World Store.
That's very true. Speaking of on that level, too, something I was thinking of is that I mean, maybe this may be shallow to some people, but I was thinking maybe they could have like a paid service. How like a PlayStation Plus, but like a Nintendo Plus, where we got free games and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's just another door that'll make Nintendo make more money without them knowing it.
Yeah,
I could kind of see that, but the thing is, a lot of people that are used to Nintendo brands, they wouldn't want to be gated on their multiplayer as it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no.
No, it's like an extra.
Yeah, like exactly.
Okay.
Kind of like what I said in my video. Nintendo.
Yeah, I was about to point that out.
Yeah, but like possibly, like you could still have your regular network and whatnot, but if you wanted to promote, and you could get those free games, pay a certain subscription. Like we'll say like when a virtual console game comes out, instead of having to pay that $5, you'll get it for free, or you'll get the first 2 for free, or get a discount throughout the month. I wouldn't mind paying $5 for something like that. I mean, it's Nintendo. Quality.
I mean, and then look, Nintendo always count to go ahead and be the lowest common denominator as far as price.
Exactly.
They could come in and undercut everybody at like maybe $30 or $40 a year.
Oh yeah, they don't have to charge like 60. They can charge 30, 40, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. I can see like a gold membership being like for the whole year, like $35 for Nintendo.
Maybe also include some artwork and something else besides the game.
Oh, you mean like wallpapers and things like that, stuff you can download? That'd be cool.
Somehow fuse your Club Nintendo account with that too, and when you you spend that certain amount of money, you get those posters automatically, something like that. Some incentive. Give them some incentive.
I feel like they're on that path, because they merged the 3DS and the Wii U.
Absolutely.
And they've been talking about, what was they saying about they were going to do?
They were basically going to make it so that basically the more you spend, the less you pay.
Right.
Exactly.
You spend money on games, you get incentives for doing that, and so yeah, I think they're on that path,
As long as they know who their real fans are.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
and that's the way to find out,
So that kind of leads into the video I did in response to the tease, where I was saying something about how they could set up their own achievement system, but make it so that you earn Club Nintendo points with the achievement system, and you can spend them back into it.
That would be sweet. That would be sweet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That like I said, that sounds very interesting. It'd be a nice concept. If they could bang it out, they could sit up here. And... Okay.
Sorry. I'm playing the Legend of Zelda. Sorry.
Okay. All right. And now let's see. We're gonna set up here. Let's see, Mrs. T.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Yes, sir.
My topic has to do with the investor meeting. Basically, Nintendo talking about they're a lot more wanting to license more and give out their IPs to third parties and whatnot. I got mostly interested by the licensing because Nintendo at one time was synonymous with video games, and they've kind of rid on that ride. They've kind of let that go, because we had cartoons and we had serials and all that stuff coming out, and they really don't do that anymore. They kind of let that stuff go away. And I was, I'd be really excited to see. I mentioned this in KFD's podcast that I'd really love to see a Star Fox cartoon, CG or otherwise, in the vein of a Bucky O'Hare. I just thought that would be awesome, and it'd be a way to, to get back in the consciousness of the younger players, because that's one of the good ways to do it, is to have a TV show. You see Sonic coming out with Sonic Boom, and because they want to, re-energize and reinvigorate the brand. And I'd love to see a Captain N come back, that kind of stuff. So I hope that's kind of where they want to go. What do you guys think?
Captain N. Oh my God, talking about some memories now.
I still remember that show. But I would like to add Metroid series too will be good too. Besides the Star Fox.
A Metroid series would be kind of like, as long as they don't, I mean, I know a lot of people liked Other M, as long as they don't make her too needy. I want to see.
I wouldn't want her to be the main character. Actually, I'd like her to come in and do some things and get out of there. Kind of be like this ethereal character, and maybe you're exploring it through another person. Another character.
Actually,
expanding on the world.
Yeah. The funny thing about Metroid is they actually have like a background manga that was released like back in '96 or '97 or something. That actually goes into detail about her like training. It goes into whole detail about the raid that got her parents killed, all of that. And it's actually not that bad. I mean, they could use that as a starting point.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And that will be based to the series, for example.
The only thing is, that thing about the Bucky O'Hare, I just hope they don't mistake Slippy for a toad.
The toads were bad, yeah.
Okay,
I still know that whole theme song. It's a shame.
All right.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Okay. Okay. You can sing it. Let me stop. All right. Let's go on to Rashidi. Rashidi, what's your topic, bro?
The topic for this week, I figured let's talk a little bit more why we're gamers. Like, what's our favorite games? Like, at least one. Pick like one of your favorite games. It doesn't have to be a number one. Pick one of your favorite games and explain why it's one of your favorite games, regardless of genre, when it came out, whatever. Just pick a game you like and why.
I can take this one. I got this one.
Go for it.
I just put 45 hours into it for the past couple weeks. The first Final Fantasy Tactics on PS1.
You bastard! Sorry.
is by far one of my favorite games. Period. Just because, the customization of the characters and the classes. I mean, everything you can do with all the different classes, and just the story they have going on in that game, the art style. I mean, it's just one of the best designed games, I feel.
Not bad.
I have one that's going to come out of left field, coming from me. Brave Fencer Musashi.
Oh, that's a good game.
You're right. Let's left field.
That's out of left field.
For me, that's a good game.
Brave Fencer Musashi. I mean, it took a little getting used to the controls, because I mean that came during a time when everybody was still used to, the SNES way of handling things versus the blah blah blah, etc. and whatnot. And then when you go into the whole, PS, controllers and whatever, it felt kind of awkward to me. You know what I'm saying? At first, trying to get used to it, but the actual way that they sat up there and pasted, the play mechanics, the story, I found it hilarious. I like that game. I would love to see them revisit that world again.
I agree. I would love to see a sequel with more combos.
I'd get that.
Yes. Mine would have to be Grandia 2 on the Sega Dreamcast.
Gotta work even harder.
Yep, gotta work even harder, yeah. But I have to say, because that game actually renewed my interest in turn-based RPGs, because after a while, after SNES, I just kind of got tired of them. I kind of thought they were all kind of the same. And that one, the battle style, how they had it done, the moveset, I fell back in love with turn-based RPGs because of that game. And plus, the story was off the chain, so I really enjoyed that story.
Okay. Anyone else?
For me, You guys know what my favorite game is. I know. I always mention it was the first game I played as a kid.
Okay.
And
Mention it again.
it's a strange. Yes, it's The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
There you
Ah.
go.
That's how I fell in love with gaming because, as you know, I didn't got interested in gaming till my brother left the console alone, and I started, and it intrigued me how he played the Zelda game. So I took the controller and started playing around, and I really enjoyed all the gameplay, the style of game, the music, everything trapped me. And since that day, I'm a gamer.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a classic.
Okay,
Cool.
I'll take next. Skies
Go for
Arcadia, baby.
Oh, which version?
Yo,
Dreamcast or the
Dreamcast,
GameCube?
Dreamcast, original,
Okay.
baby, the original. Yo, that game was one of the first times I actually had like withdrawal cold sweats.
Right.
When I didn't get to play it, yeah. It's like, yo, I gotta get me my skies, man. I gotta get me my skies. I was like rubbing my hands, all shifty and stuff, and I was on some shit. Yo, hey. I'm telling you.
How was that training Koople?
What's that?
Training Koople, getting Koople all powered up and whatever. You know how when you sit up here and get Koople all beefed up, the little tiny little blobby thing.
Yep. Yo, hey, that game had one of the best. How do I put it? The best universes, the best environments. I mean, the graphics wasn't
different.
even all that. It's
Totally
very
agree with
different. It's very different, and it's unique in that you remember it even after you play hundreds of other games in the same genre. It stands alone, and I remember it for that. I remember it's not really the reason why I'm a gamer, but it's just one of those memorable moments that I will never forget. So,
You know the funny thing is though that there was a music video that came out a while back that reminded me so much of their world. You guys remember Gorillaz? Feel Good, Feel Good Inc. That's what I would love to see something rendered to that degree. Skies of Arcadia. I mean, beautiful environment, lush, different floating islands, the full nine. And really amp up the naval battles.
It's a shame that we haven't seen another Skies of Arcadia game in a while.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
GameCube.
Oh, and by the way, Rashidi, this is a wicked ass question, man.
All
One
right.
game.
Well, I guess I'll go next.
Well, I figured. I mean, we don't want to spend the next 2 hours everybody
I know,
talking about it.
I know. But
I know. I have like a dozen.
Yeah,
This-
I know.
Who's that, Joe? Wanna
Yeah,
go
it's me. Yeah, I'm gonna go next.
All right.
All right. Well, since I'm younger, most people will know it. So, my first experience that I can remember that I picked up a controller that I got enticed in the game, it was Streets of Rage, the original one for the Sega. Because the music at the time, I was like, damn, like I didn't know that like a game system could produce music as good as that at a time. I was like, in my neighborhood, people was like, well, you like the soundtrack to a video game? You a sucker. I'm like, nah, you gotta play. You gotta listen to this. I mean, you gotta play this. I mean, I just loved the music. Then just beat up the bosses. Just having 3 characters was enough for me at the time. And I always go back to it.
I'm with you.
That boss music.
I used to just sit there and play the BGM.
Right.
Anybody do that?
Yes. I used to do that with Street Fighter all the time.
I'll say, yep, that's exactly what I did it with.
Music does have a big impact. I mean, look at the Grand Theft Auto series. One of its strongest selling points is its soundtrack.
But that's because they got real music.
No, but the thing is, I'm making a point here that's the main thing. They sit
It
up here
is.
and basically tickle your ears when it comes to that. And so,
Right.
some things just stand out,
That's what
even no
San
matter what
Andreas
the
did.
platform.
Real talk though, Vice City is like a $30 game with like $200 worth of music in it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You get Vice City, forget it, man. The soundtrack alone, I just sit up here, just drive around and listen to the music.
I feel like that about San Andreas. I think San Andreas got classics too.
You guys remember the soundtrack of Chrono Trigger, for example?
Say
You
it
could
again?
Chrono Trigger soundtrack.
You know what? Since we in this question, I don't mean to take over, Quan. I just want to have. We might as well say what's our favorite soundtrack from our favorite game, if you can remember.
Oh man, that's a lot
Chrono
of games.
Trigger.
That's a lot of games too.
That's a lot of games.
Chrono
Chrono
Trigger.
Trigger. Chrono Trigger, me too.
Chrono Trigger.
Oh man.
Yeah, it immediately. Just the intro alone, bro.
I'm gonna have to go different on y'all. I'm gonna
What's
say
that?
I'm gonna say Donkey Kong Country 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost
choice.
every song.
True that.
Rare did a poor genius job on that soundtrack.
I'm just telling you right now, I'm just still ticked off. Air Gear never had a game.
Here again with I
They
mean for
had
real.
a wicked soundtrack, that anime.
If
they
they
had
put
a
that in
wicked
like
soundtrack.
3D third person setup, and you just doing all kinds of stuff, oh man. Like take the Tony Hawk mechanics with like Infamous with like crap.
Prototype.
Huh?
Prototype?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, Prototype.
That'll work.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's a lot of good games out there that have some excellent soundtracks. But it's just some games though that, quite honestly, I think are abysmal. If you don't mind, let me jump in real quick. I had a topic in mind, but I'm gonna switch it up. What would you think is one of the worst, most abysmal games to memory that stands out to you as bad as the first memory of eating Brussels sprouts when you were a kid? I mean, something that's just so, oh my, you're like, this vile piece of garbage. I can't believe I had the nerve to spend money on this or something like that.
Oh
Name
man.
one game that was a really
man.
bad experience.
Mario is missing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was the first game. Tommy Cage was out. I was a little kid. I'm like, Mommy, this is the first game I ever seen Luigi on the front. I get this from me. She got it from me. I was so pumped to play it. I popped it in. I couldn't understand a damn thing. But run around size. I'm like, what is this? This is not Mario.
This is a schoolwork.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Then 10 years later, when I finally got up the guts to look it up on YouTube, they told me it was an educational game. I said, I went to school for that.
Might as well be playing Peter Rabbit.
The game I'm going to tell, I know a lot of people have hope for it, but it was an abysmal failure. I'm telling it's Superman 64.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a disappointment.
Unplayable.
Disappointment? Really? No, that's an understatement.
I know.
Unplayable.
I can't say that's my worst game because it was actually funny to me. It was really humorous.
He played it for the comedy.
Well, satirization if you could see it like that way.
Well, my worst game that I can't believe I actually played, 50 Cent Blood and Sand.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That one was funny too.
But I liked the first one though. Can I get some love for that one? I liked the first one at least. I felt
The
like the
first one was alright.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I wasn't mad. I was mad at the second one.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, dude. I'm sorry. You got a crystal skull in here, and I just saw that Indiana Jones movie.
Oh Lord! Oh,
50 Cent is unbelievable. That's why he never made another game.
Yeah.
I got a game worse than that.
Oh Lord, no!
It's abysmal trash.
Uh-oh, here we go.
It's called Bad Boys Miami Takedown. That's just.
He beat me on it.
Better than you. I got one better than you. Sum of All Fears on GameCube.
Oh man!
I think I'll see your Sum of All Fears, and I'll raise you at N64's Aiden Chronicles.
Oh.
This became
I
a
don't want
poker
to
game.
remember that game.
I could tell you the worst game that I've ever played, and I feel bad because I almost spent $600 on this one game.
Oh my God, this would be good.
But
back in the day, I got a 3DO, right? And I got a 3DO to play this game called Way of the Warrior. But Way of the Warrior was bad, but it wasn't nowhere near as bad as the game that I originally wanted the 3DO for. It was this game called Dayless Encounter.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I had that.
It was basically like it was kind of like a pre-rendered 3D mixed with live action kind of puzzle adventure game.
It was a mess.
And I really believe the entire reason that I got that game was because Tia Carrere was in the game.
Oh, Tia Carrere.
And I
Not
just
a bad reason, but
I wanted to see her deliver bad lines from a bad plot over and over again.
I just got to throw one more out there. One more out there. One more game.
Hey,
This is the game.
I can't.
Hold on. Go ahead, T.
I just want to throw this game out. This is a game that I've never done this before before. I bought it, and I took it back, and I lied and said it didn't work. That's how bad. I've never done that before. I've never done it since then. This game is called The Crow: City of Angels on Saturn.
Oh,
You got me.
I didn't play that.
No.
That's bad.
You bought that?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I was a Crow fan.
yeah, right. The Crow is
And I
dope,
bought it,
man.
and I took it back and said it didn't work.
I did that last
No
year.
Well, Mr. T, to your defense, you were telling the truth.
It didn't work for him. That was right.
It's supposed to be a
It didn't
game,
work.
wasn't
See,
that.
this is supposed to be a game. It's supposed to be fun. There was no fun here.
All right, Gazer, which one were you going to sit up here and name?
Alright, Raiding Chronicles with Quest 64.
Oh, Quest
see,
64.
I was cool.
No.
You know what?
Why y'all
Bad
gotta
thing
get
is-
man?
I'm
thing
sorry.
is,
I played
actually-
that game enough to like it.
I was about to say the same
Dude,
thing.
you're a
I actually
masochist.
liked it.
It took a
Okay.
while.
Stop
Okay,
hitting
I got-
yourself. Stop hitting
I got
yourself.
one. I got one. Got this for my birthday in 1994. Shaq Fu.
Hey,
Oh,
it's not fair, Nintendo. That's not fair because I love Shaq Fu.
That game. My cousin could beat that game in like 30 minutes. For real, for real.
Horrible ass game, man.
Why,
It's real
Nintendo? I can't. I hate that people say. I really do like that game. I can't lie to y'all, man. I even like Kazam. Maybe I just like Shaq.
Oh, Kazam too. Oh.
I do, but I can't help it.
Shaq Fu was supposed to work because a lot of people bought Michael Jordan in Windy City.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why.
yeah.
Well,
No.
what interesting
I like
fact
the
of
music in
Shaq
Shaq
Fu?
Fu. I liked the characters in Shaq Fu. I liked the little cutscene at the beginning when he walked into the Coca-Cola symbol that was over the top.
That's it. That's it,
He
Nintendo.
really is a fan.
Product placement.
Wait, Nintendo is on punishment. We're going to have to force him to watch 12-2 for that.
We're gonna make you mute your mic for the rest of the.
Listen.
You know, for those who are saying they actually like this game, okay, cool. You know, you can like what you like, but imagine this. Imagine this. You get this game for your birthday. You're smiling ear to ear. You didn't have to pay a cent for it. You put it on, you start playing, and within an hour, that smile turns into the worst scowl.
Unplayable. It is unplayable if you don't know the combos are so awkward. It really is hard. I just liked it.
I used to
That
grimace
would've
at
been a
that
good
game.
topic, though.
And as
That's
I
a
was
bad
saying,
game
an
that you
interesting
actually
fact
like.
is that EA is going to make another Shaq Fu game.
Shaq
Hey, I
Fu
tell
2
you-
exclusive to Wii U.
I tell you, no.
I would
Thanks.
I would go
No, thank
to
you.
I would go to Nintendo of America headquarters myself and just I turn in the link, start smashing stuff.
It's gonna be Reggie and Shaq on the stage busting freestyle.
And guess what person you see run across the stage and drop kick them both off?
Oh my god.
Dude, you know the thing is, though, I can name one in modern memory, and it's famous.
What?
Oh,
So famous, made a whole bunch of money in a month.
oh.
Yeah, a ton
Okay.
of money in a month, and it made so much money the guy feels like he has to take it down now because it's interfering with his life. Flappy Bird.
Ah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's the game that uses the Mario pipes, right?
Yep, Mario pipes,
Yeah.
and you
I'm
basically
surprised
like-
Nintendo didn't sue that ass.
I think I got
My
another
score
modern
is 28.
game.
My score is 28. What
I've
score
never
everybody else
touched
got?
Shame on you.
I
Shame on
haven't
y'all.
played it.
I'm not touching that
I'm
or
not
Angry
playing that
Birds.
game.
Or
I have a
Candy
silver
Crush.
medal.
Oh, it's fun. I
I
did play
got
Angry
another
Birds for a
modern
little while.
game. Guys of the Wolf.
Say again?
Guys of the Wolf. That game is really, really bad. It seems that all the development that will go to making the game a little bit more playable went the other way.
There was a
Oh.
PC
But
game that was
Cap-
pretty bad too, though. There
I
was one that was really atrocious. It was called Damnation.
I heard of that, but I never
The
played
name
it.
fit.
No, I got one. On another obscure console, Sega CD, Night Trap.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's the
love
one that
the
had the
Angry
Stradivarius
Video
all up in
Game
arms.
The Angry Video Game video for that is so hilarious.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah.
I wanted to play that game so badly until I actually played it.
It was garbage.
Hey, what about cost make your own video?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Never touch that crap.
98% of the Sega CD games are trash. So
Stop, Quan.
No, I'm not
all
gonna
day for
say
that.
that.
Well, you know Quan's a troll,
See,
man.
that's why I'm a quality gamer.
Busted.
No,
What
I
about
can
plumbers
actually-
don't wear ties on the 3DS?
Oh my god.
no,
Stop it,
no.
stop
I wonder why that was considered a game.
That's not a video game. It's a soft porn.
Wait, repeat that?
It wasn't a video game. That was a soft porn.
No. What game are you talking about? I
Oh.
missed that.
Plumbers don't wear ties.
It ain't had nothing to do with plumbers or ties, did it?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and the title was
Nintendo.
lying. The plumber.
Nintendo, who goes and gets a game called Plumbers Don't Wear Ties and think it's not porn?
I thought it was a play on like Mario Brothers. I thought it was gonna be like,
Oh,
you know, like Mario don't wear ties, so plumbers don't wear ties. You know, I thought it was like a play on words.
Yo, hey, that's something you see on Playboy or some shit, man.
Right.
That- that-
It was a play on words.
I can
The
see
helping
Nintendo right.
hand.
I could see Nintendo right now going over here. Let me check out these Atari 2600 classes. What's this Custer's Revenge about?
Leisure Suit Larry.
I know about the Atari porn.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all on a tangent here.
Okay. Okay, let's get on to the next topic before we get into trouble. So who wants to go next?
I want to go next.
Go for it.
All right. Now, Sonic Boom has been receiving a lot of ridicule. And now, this being a Wii U exclusive, how many of you guys feel like it's worth picking up, or are you interested in it?
I might take a shot at it. I might take a stab in the dark and get it when they come out.
I'm kind of interested in it, but I just don't like the fact that Knuckles look like he on steroids.
You know what? I disagree with you. I think he deserves to
Honestly?
look like that.
Honestly, it makes more sense, his appearance.
Yep.
Actually, you know who Knuckles reminds me of? The villain from Despicable Me.
Oh, he does look like that a little bit.
I didn't think about that. But
No,
I really
I was-
want to check the cooperative part of that game because we saw in the gameplay video that it has the 4 characters in it. I want to see how that will play.
Okay, you know what? Where Sonic Boom is concerned, every Sonic fan out there, they keep overlooking one thing that continues to piss me off. You know, forget about the character models, forget about Knuckles being on steroids. The Duke can pop as many pills as he likes, right? Forget about all of them.
Nah,
missing leg day.
he got that Bane stuff.
Forget about all of that. Okay, I'm talking about the scripting. Okay,
Oh
the
god.
scripting sucks.
Yeah, that little
You
intro
are
was
right.
just sad.
I mentioned this on Games Rosa show the other day that he had about discussing it when it was originally announced. But dudes, come on! And the
Flamebot?
worst, exactly, the worst offender is freaking Tails, man. Oh, God.
Captain Obvious.
I'm telling you.
Dude,
The last game that made any sense was Sonic Adventure 2.
I mean,
And
I
even
mean,
that
all
was
right,
kind of
who's
weird.
rating
man.
these damn?
be
With that
factual.
multi-
Let's be factual.
Multi-genius
All of
relationship.
us are grown men are in here. All of us are grown men in here. So we can all honestly say that okay, this is being the lingo is being directed towards children. I'm looking as far as gameplay and level design. Is this going to be superior to Lost World, and is it going to be playable and fun?
Well, that's what
I'm not gonna give him a pass on that scripting though, right? Even if it is for kids. I mean, kids ain't that stupid. I mean, you gotta give them something.
Kids ain't that stupid, T.
No,
Nintendo.
my kids ain't that stupid.
Nintendo.
Not your kids, T, but look at the Smurfs.
This game
No,
is
that's the
being
parents'
developed. This game is being developed by American guys. So the question is
It's still going to be.
is it going to be overseen by Sega, like Sonic Team? Or are they going to be still providing the story and the voice work and things like that? Or is it all going to be done in house with these new guys?
Yo,
If it's all
Nintendo.
done in house with these new guys, I mean, the story has to be good. These guys' pedigree is, you know what I'm saying? You got Sly Cooper, you got Last of Us. You know, all those games are under their belt. So if they actually control it from beginning to end, then yeah, it'll be great.
I could see that.
All right.
I don't have a problem with
Keyword if.
Knuckles. A lot of people don't like Knuckles. Knuckles' new look. You know what? I don't have a problem with it because Knuckles has always been a red Sonic. You know what I mean? That's all he's really
So he
been.
needs to have a
Now,
different look.
with the technology that we have, he's able to have his own, his own characteristic, his own physical attributes. And he should be bigger. I don't want, he's
I can
always just been a
understand.
red Sonic. I mean,
I can understand maybe having more muscle tone, but like him looking like he just like took Bane's serum and swolled up. Just
I guess they tried to make him seem like he's more like trying to sit up here and represent him as being buff. As far as the how their character designs, the character designs that they're going for. They're not going for like the veiny muscles and all that super accurate looks. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it looks like
I think we all forgot. I think they forgot. What about the rest of the Echidna? What do they look like now?
Yeah, I mean,
is just Knuckles the only huge one, or are the rest of them huge now?
that's going to be a situation they got to cover, because I mean, if the rest of them are looking like him, that's a problem.
Yeah, that'd be kind of conflicting for me.
I don't think they is. I don't think they will.
Okay.
Just to say this, we get the Knuckles is big. It looks weird. We'll get used to it, I guess. But why does Tails have to be so stupid?
Yo, I've been trying to say that.
You can fly. You can fly. Your plane's crashing. Jump out the damn plane and fly away.
Because Rashida, he's a genius, so he has to not have common sense.
He overthinks.
That's the way it works.
That goes back to that scripting. See?
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, damn.
But you would think with all the stuff Tails has gone through along with Sonic, he should know, okay, this is going down, I need to get away from it.
Exactly.
Maybe because he's immortal.
That's that Player 2 syndrome for Sonic 2 and on. That he's not literally immortal.
You guys saw the trailer, right? Not the game, for the TV show.
For the TV
Flamebot.
No, I haven't.
I mean, he's flying the plane. Sonic starts running. The robot is chasing after him, and he's like, "Hey, Sonic, there's a robot chasing after you." I'm like,
no,
what? Yes, yeah. I mean, that's what we just spent the last minute establishing. Yeah.
That whole trailer had no motivation. It was just like a random act of of action. It was just like none of that made any sense. All the
maybe it's from the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Yo, I can tell you one thing. Sonic has the patience of a saint, because I can hang out with that dude.
But no, see, this is what would be funny if Sonic said, "Look, you're like Tails. Did you not realize this an hour ago?"
Oh Lord! And what's up with Amy looking like Lolita? They gave her like a look on her face. She's got like a really messed up kind of smirk that
They're trying to sex her up some or something.
I've seen some disturbing comments in the comments section. I've seen some disturbing comments in the comments section of that video that a lot of people put up, and they're sitting up here acting like that she's a HILF. I'm like, what?
What?
What is that?
Don't ask. Don't ask.
I'm pretty sure I can figure out what
Don't
that H stands for. HILF, not here. No. She's a video game
I was
character.
like, what? No.
Wow.
People, there were people that were referring to her as that, and I'm like, no, just no.
Hold on. Does that make Rouge a BILF?
I don't know. That's enough of that.
Stop.
That's enough of that.
I just figured out. I knew what the ILF stood for, but I'm like, H? What's that stand for?
She's a hedgehog.
Yeah, and I just, yeah.
Oh man, and oh god,
You got some special people out in the world.
Even just calling her a hedgehog is now going to have a negative thing, because of how it sounds.
What kind of?
She's hogging the hedge.
Oh Lord, thank you so much. Okay, thanks for that image. All right.
Next
That's enough
topic.
of that.
Next topic.
All right, I'm done.
Self-correction. Get it back on track.
All right, I'm too much of an instigator.
I need some mental bleach.
Okay then, on to the mental bleach. Okay, who here can try to unremember, if there is such a thing, try to forget that there was ever a CDI version of any Zelda?
Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
We all.
Don't do that to me.
There were three of them.
Because I never tried them.
I know not what you speak of.
There are three of them, and I've played all of them.
Oh Lord.
La,
Were you talking about Octorok?
Yes, and the dongo. I fought the dongos.
You're not supposed to.
What are you guys talking about?
I rescued Link and I rescued Zelda, and
guys,
I went screen to screen and waited for it to load on the third game.
You gotta love that buff blacksmith that sits up here and transforms while he's sitting up here.
Because he's great.
That animation was boss.
You guys have me completely lost because
I know.
Zelda ain't been nothing but Nintendo. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well,
We all tried to
no idea
forget
what
that
well,
deal was
then.
made.
Doesn't exist.
It's not
That's what
been a
YouTube
Nintendo
poops are for.
console. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry.
back when the PlayStation was actually a 16-bit console that Nintendo was claiming,
Just no,
there was
just
also
no,
another
no,
deal
no,
in the
Nope,
works.
nope. I didn't see that in the timeline.
I know what you speak of.
Somebody summoned Triforce Johnson to save him from this. Why did I unleashed?
Yo,
By the way, guys,
Auto
if anybody
Time would be a
wants,
hot game. Sorry.
yeah, if anybody wants, after the podcast, I will be selling flashes of neutralizer. So,
For the record, though, that
worry,
console
we
plays
will
the
use
heck out of Mad Dog McCree.
Don't
Man,
worry,
Dog
we will
McCree's
use the
pretty good.
Ocarina. We will use the Ocarina of Time to erase the fact that those games existed.
Nah, I need some Majora's Mask for that.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't want to go overkill, Quan, on that fact, but it will help.
Okay, so anybody else got a topic?
I've got one that I just posted a link for, and
Okay.
it's actually for an email I have pending right now. And I talked about this on Google Plus with a couple of people, but I actually sent an email to NOA because that needs to be clarified, because I've had people ask me about this system, and they get real confused. Because I literally had a relative that was like, there wasn't much difference between the Wii and the Wii U, so what's the big difference? And so I was explaining a lot of things, blah blah blah, and I took her to the compare page. And when I took her to the compare page, we were looking at different things where you could see the obvious differences and things like that. And so for whatever reason, this person decided to look at the CPU side, and it just said, hey, well, aren't they the same? So it's the same system, right? Because I'd always been talking to her about, well, you need to know what the CPU is, you need to know what the GPU is, so you know where you're going and things of that nature. And so she was like, well, it looks like it's different here, but it might be the same because I don't know what the difference between these two are. So I looked at it and I was like, why did Nintendo go out of their way to clarify this? And I'm kind of wondering, because if for those that are not in the know, on the compare page, right there on the page there towards the bottom, they're comparing Wii U to Wii and Wii Mini, and right at the bottom, they list all the quote unquote specifications that they don't really go into detail on. But the detail they did put on here for Wii U was IBM Power based multi-core processor, and for Wii U it says IBM Power PC CPU. They went out of their way to say that the Wii has a Power PC CPU, and to say that, excuse ESPN app, but they went out of their way to say that Wii U has an IBM Power based multi-core processor, and that Wii had IBM Power PC CPU, and they haven't even announced what CPU is in the Wii Mini, which we know is probably still the same as the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
But why do that? And I'm kind of I don't know whether this is good anxiety or bad anxiety, because I don't know if any of you guys remember, but back in 2006 and 2007 there was a comparison page to compare Wii to GameCube, and when they were comparing Wii to GameCube, they also listed Wii as having a power-based processor instead of a Power PC. They didn't put Power PC on here until Wii U came out. And literally, it wasn't even on the first comparison sheet. It was on the second comparison sheet that they came out with, maybe the beginning of 2013. So they decided to change that for a reason. So I don't know exactly what, but maybe to make that the difference, or his marketing speech, or whatever. So I decided to send NOA an email, and I'm waiting for them to reply back. So if they do, I would kind of love to see what their verbiage is on that. Any thoughts?
Maybe they're just trying to make it a little clear for the people who have rudimentary knowledge of, what those components, what, each particular name means, like what a CPU is, what a GPU is, etc., and whatnot. What's the difference between flash memory that's used for storage versus actual physical memory for the console, etc., and whatnot. They're just trying to sit up here and break it down to make it easier for those who have some kind of working knowledge of that. Basically anybody who's built their own computer, to give them a rough idea that yes, this is a step above a GameCube and a Wii. It's not just, Wii's duct taped together, as they love to say. That's it. It's just they just try to make it as simple as possible without going all, tearing up the NDA and whatever and just say whatever,
Now here's the thing. What if their verbiage is right? What if it is not a PowerPC CPU? And it's some kind of hodgepodge of technologies mixed together that we don't know about yet, because everybody in NeoGAF is still guessing.
Oh, I know. I've seen that thread. They closed the graphics card thread, the Latte thread, because it was getting spammed. But the actual Espresso one is still open, and they're still debating everything. As a matter of fact, they don't even know if it has a refresher chip for the EDRAM.
Yep.
They don't even know that yet.
Everything's still a mystery right now. They tried to compare the sizes of each, what they identified as cores. We know there are 3 cores there because Shinnen actually slipped up and confirmed it. But they kind of drew where the 3 cores were and tried to retroactively map them to the size of one Wii core, and it still doesn't match up all the way. And there appears to be something right above the first set of L3 cache on top of the 0 core, and it's kind of hard to make out, and nobody really answered that question either. There was a circle around it, and everybody's like, I don't know. So I'm wondering what kind of response I will get, because I'm optimistically. I'm hoping that it's PowerPC, but it's a PowerPC 476, and so it's a different type of architecture, and it's like way more advanced. But if it is drastically different, then that's way better than I was expecting. Or it could be PowerPC, just like the Wii was, and they just didn't want to say anything until the next Nintendo system came out.
Right around now, a whole bunch of people that were listening to this, their heads probably just exploded.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Got pretty nerdy there.
Still taking the pieces of my head up off the
architectures.
Just to throw it out, is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to game-wise from like from Sony or Xbox? Because we all play most systems, but we tend to be more Nintendo related. So let's kind of lean towards what you think about the other stuff.
Infamous.
Infamous seconds. Yeah.
That does a cut.
Infamous.
That does a cut. That does a cut. No arguments there.
Anything along those lines are pretty good. The basic anti-hero superhero.
Yeah, I can't explain why that game is so addictive, but I've found every collectible in both games, so I don't know.
You think they'll ever come out with a prototype 3?
Probably
Maybe.
Not. Probably not, though.
I stay optimistic.
Did the second game do any good?
It got panned.
Oh Lord, it's sad to see a franchise die. So, anybody else?
Sorry.
Anybody else got any other topics they want to discuss before we get ready to, wind things down a bit?
Well, I guess I would like to briefly contribute to my question since I never actually answered it.
Go for it.
Well, since somebody took Final Fantasy Tactics, let's say any names. I guess I'll roll with Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, the different
My favorite Final
alignment.
Fantasy of all times.
I love that. That's my absolute favorite Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I want to answer
I
that
will
too,
only
'cause I never
disagree because Final Fantasy V was kind of there for me. But
Final
whatever.
Fantasy V was alright.
I'm splitting
Fantasy IV was
hairs.
better.
Yes.
Dude, the
4
opera
is, 4 is
scene.
better.
The opera scene.
That was something special. And the blitz moves and the tools and the dancing and
The best move ever, the Ghost Train suplex.
I love the Blitz.
I wanted to pick a game. I don't that we all know the IP, but we don't really talk about the game that much, or isn't really thought about that much. And one of my favorite games, and I'm trying to pick one that's not obvious for a Nintendo fan like myself, would be Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
That was a cool game.
The reason I liked that game
hard back in the day.
so much was, it's a Star Wars game, and I'm a Star Wars fanboy, but you got to do so many different things. Like you had foot missions, and you'd be on speeder through Tatooine in one mission. You'd be you'd be flying in the Hoth battle in one thing. And I mean, the space battles. I mean, it had everything, and that's what I would actually want from a new Star Fox game.
That's pretty.
Star Fox Assault did it
I want
in
Assault
some way.
the right way. I want Star Fox Assault, but done with that kind of emphasis.
Man, that game was packed too.
Yeah.
But now that you brought that up, go ahead.
I was about to say I didn't actually mention my favorite game, which should be obvious because I mean, look at the font of my logo. If you've been to any of my channels, you kind of get a hint.
Naruto. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Naruto. No, only if Orchid was in Naruto, but yeah, Killer Instinct 2 in particular is my favorite game of all time. It has absorbed my entire teen life up until I was working and during work and after work and just running to arcades. And at one point in time, I was working at an arcade, so I wasn't really working at an arcade.
Oh man, arcades, I missed that experience.
I can blame you. Killer Instinct was a really good game.
God, and the way that game grabbed attention too, like if you have the attract mode on and the sounds all the way up, and those speakers are booming, everybody runs to hear you when you're doing combo. Yeah, it gets your attention. So I love the feeling of the combos, the way everything felt. It was like a mix between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, kind of like you're always guaranteed to throw a fireball. If you didn't, then you just didn't know how to play the game. I mean, it was just great. So
the genius of that game was also the models of the characters. Rare really did a good job on that.
Yeah, that was leaps and bounds against the current technology at the time.
I will say, I've said it before and I will say it right now. There are scenes in that game that are pre-rendered bitmap sprites that cannot be done in real time right now with the current hardware we have, which is just bananas. That just blows my mind, but there it is. So
when we're dominated.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
Just to put in a shameless.
Why?
What the hell?
What was that?
Lamenting the loss of Rare.
Yeah.
Somewhere the Stafford brothers are saying that same cry.
Alright, man. That sounds like some Paranormal Activity kind of stuff, and yeah.
Says the guy with the hollow mask.
Hey, look, I'm not a real one.
But quick question.
I didn't get to contribute to that question either.
Oh, go for it.
Sorry, what? What happened to the flying genre? That used to be awesome. It used to be in jet planes and flying in space, and what happened?
Like as in like Microsoft Flight Simulator, or you mean like the actual
Delta type games?
Yeah.
Or like Afterburner, or
all of Afterburner more was what I'm leaning towards more.
Okay, I was about to say because Gradius is still around.
You know what I miss on PC though, and it was also on N64? Forsaken.
I never played that.
I used to play it on PC all the time.
Forsaken was the bomb. That was tight. That was crazy. I mean, that you basically had full 3-axis, flight control. You know what I'm saying? On 3 axes, you're able to sit up and control your direction virtually any way you wanted to. You could strafe in any single direction and whatever, circle straight from the full 9. It was nuts.
Oh, like Descent.
Yeah, kind of like Descent, but
like Descent,
it was a little bit more amped up than Descent in many respects because those bosses you fight with, like, ugh.
I'm hoping Star Fox is bringing the flying genre back. Because you remember, barrel roll of a different type.
Yeah.
That's never gonna die, is it?
Who is playing Contra 3?
If I'm not mistaken, Letters wanted to name a game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lettuce.
So I didn't get to contribute to that, and I'm not gonna go with my first choice because it's a Zelda game. So I'm gonna skip over that one and go with my second choice, which is Mega Man 3.
Mega Man 3.
Oh, Mega Man 3. Man,
Best of the classic
that
series.
Proto Man music. You knew when he was coming.
Yeah.
That whistle.
He means business.
Was not messing around.
Alrighty then. So I guess if nobody else has one more topic, then I guess we're about to do our sign-offs. Anyone? Bueller?
I think we're tapped out.
Okay,
right.
even though I could bring up the elephant in the room topic concerning Sony, but I think that could be for another time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you don't talk bad about the other companies because then it looks like we're fanboys. So
True enough. But the thing is, I think a lot of guys have done enough talking about that as it is. Yeah, I'm not going to turn this into a financial show.
yeah,
We game.
Financials.
We're
There
not
are no
doing charts.
financials. There are no
we don't
games.
do money. Well, technically, my job is money, but
I'm
anyways.
looking for the stock ticket. Nope, we don't have one, so yeah. Okay, we'll leave that alone for now. So if nobody else has a topic, we're going to get ready to do our sign-offs. I'm going to basically call on each one of y'all and y'all do y'all thing. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Nintendo.
Hey, thanks
Nintendo,
for
you there?
having. Hey,
Get ready
thanks
to do your
for
sign-off, bro.
Okay, you ready now?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me, fellas. I hope to be back soon.
Okay.
Stay
That was
Nintendo
short.
strong.
God bless Nintendo.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, we got Letters, a.k.a. Andre. Do your thing.
It was great to be on another podcast. Thanks for listening in. I'm going to be doing more videos. As of late, I've just fell off, but that was because of stuff at work. So I'm going to get that back caught up. And yeah, just like I usually say, keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until you see me again, enjoy your games.
All right. Up next, we got the little me that could. Jamie, do your thing.
Hey guys, Jamie Butterworth, aka Butterworthy, signing out. Wasn't talking much this podcast, but maybe next time.
Okay. And up next, we got Jay. Jay, do your thing, man.
Thanks for joining the podcast, everybody. We had a good time tonight. See you next week.
Alrighty. And we got Kaiser up next. Go ahead, Kaiser.
Well, guys are here again. Hey, thanks guys for having me on the podcast and happy gaming.
Okay. And up next, we got Mr. T.
Hey there, fools. Mr. T of the Mr. T Show. It's a lot of fun. Once again, be on the lookout for my next video, which is on Nintendo IPs, a tea time.
Okay. And now we got our boy Rashidi. Rashidi.
What's going on, peoples? Rashidi here, just being real on Wii U, Infinite Maelstrom PS3. I'm finally putting out a video within the next week or two. So hopefully y'all check it out. Hopefully you guys enjoy the podcast. All the best, people.
Okay. Up next is Shadow Fox.
Hey, this is Shadow Fox Prime, Shadow Fox Infinite, the real Shadow Fox. Follow me on PVG or on YouTube. You know where to find me. And as I always say, do you play games to have fun or to impress other people? And just so you know, this podcast was brought to you by Stock Quotes. Because if your stocks aren't down, your games aren't fun.
All right. Nice.
Nice way to end it.
Up next, we got Zen. Zen, go ahead, man.
Yo, people. Well, it's been good. It's been good. Go on and check the Zen Gamer Zone. My newest video should be finishing uploading right about now. It was intended to be a Sunday afternoon video showing off my collection and all that, but it takes 10,000 years to upload anything. So yeah, it's a Sunday night video now. So you'll be seeing that in about 20 minutes. So go on over, check it out. And as I always say, if you like what you see, stay. If you don't, stay. It's always the same.
And of course, there's me, QMC Quan Manchu, and it's been a pleasure to sit up here chatting with the guys here. And Post any questions you have for next week's podcast on this video if you would like, and we'll see if we can try to get them answered. And there you go. And as I always say, whatever's clever. We out.